Let me tell you something real, something nobody tells you when you say, I'm tired. You're not tired. You're undisciplined. Because if tiredness was the problem, sleep would have fixed it. But you slept and you still feel empty. You rested and you still don't feel alive. Why? Because energy is not something you wait for. Energy is something you earn. Most people are sitting around waiting to feel ready, waiting for motivation to show up like a guest who's late to the party, waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, the perfect feeling. That moment never comes. Listen closely. Discipline comes first. Energy comes second. You don't wake up powerful. You wake up ordinary. Power is built after you move your body when it doesn't want to move. Confidence is built after you act while fear is screaming in your ear. Energy is built after you do the hard thing when every excuse tells you to stop. You don't run because you feel energetic. You feel energetic because you ran. You don't work because you feel motivated. You feel motivated because you worked. That's the truth. The human mind is lazy by default. It's designed to protect you, not to push you. So it whispers lies like, not today. You deserve a break. Start tomorrow. But tomorrow is where dreams go to die. Every disciplined action sends a signal to your brain. I'm in control. And when the brain hears control, it releases power, focus, confidence, drive. That's where energy is born. You want more energy. Stop negotiating with weakness. Because discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait for applause. Discipline shows up when emotions don't. And here's the part that hurts. But it's real. The people who complain about being tired the most are often the ones living the most comfortable lives. Comfort drains you. Purpose fuels you. When your life has no structure, no standard, no mission, your soul gets tired, even if your body rests. But when you commit, when you decide, when you say, no matter how I feel, I move, something changes. You wake up sharper. You walk taller. You breathe deeper. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. So stop asking yourself, do I have the energy? Ask yourself, am I disciplined enough to create it? Because energy doesn't come before the work. It comes because of it. And the moment you understand that, you stop being tired and you start becoming dangerous. Let me be honest with you, and I mean painfully honest. Your problem is not that life is hard. Your problem is that life is too comfortable. Comfort looks harmless, soft, familiar, safe, but comfort is a slow poison. It doesn't kill you in one day. It kills you quietly over years. Late night scrolling with no purpose. Sleeping in when you know you should be up. Choosing ease over effort. Distraction over direction. And then you wake up one day and say, I don't know why I'm so tired. You're tired because you're not using yourself. The human body, the human mind, the human soul, they were not built for comfort. They were built for challenge. When you avoid discomfort, you don't save energy, you lose it. Because comfort gives you pleasure, but it steals your purpose. And a life without purpose will exhaust you, even if you do nothing all day. That's why people with easy lives often feel the emptiest. And people with hard missions wake up with fire in their chest. Comfort weakens you slowly. It makes your standards drop, your hunger fade, your edge disappear. You stop pushing. You stop expecting more from yourself. You stop demanding excellence. And when you stop demanding more, life gives you less. Listen carefully. Discomfort is not your enemy. Discomfort is your signal that you're growing. That tight feeling in your chest when you do something hard, that resistance in your mind when you wake up early, that fear before you take a risk, that's not danger. That's progress. The strongest people you admire, they didn't get strong because life was kind to them. They got strong because they leaned into discomfort when everyone else ran from it. Comfort says, relax. Discomfort says, rise. Comfort keeps you entertained. Discomfort builds your character. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. If your life feels dull, heavy, and exhausting, it's probably because you're avoiding the very thing that would make you feel alive. Hard work sharpens you. Discipline wakes you up. Challenge gives you meaning. So stop asking for comfort. Start asking for strength. Because comfort will make you feel good today, but discipline will make you proud forever. And the moment you choose discomfort on purpose, your energy comes back, your confidence returns, and your soul finally feels awake. Let me break something open for you, because this is where most people lose the fight. They think success comes from one big moment, one massive breakthrough, one perfect day where everything finally clicks. That's a lie. Success doesn't explode into your life. It builds pressure, then moves forward. And that pressure is called momentum. Momentum doesn't start with motivation. It starts with discipline. Quiet, boring, uncelebrated discipline. The kind nobody claps for. The kind nobody sees. The kind that happens when you show up and you don't feel like it. One disciplined action doesn't change your life, but it changes you. And when you change, even a little, the next action becomes easier. That's momentum. You don't wake up one day confident. You wake up unsure, and you act anyway. And when you do that again tomorrow, and again the next day, something shifts. Your mind starts to trust you. And once your mind trusts you, it stops fighting you. That's when momentum takes over. Discipline tells your brain, I do what I say I'll do. And every time you keep that promise, your self-respect grows. Confidence isn't loud. It's built silently through kept promises. Miss those promises and momentum dies. Keep them and momentum becomes unstoppable. That's why discipline compounds. One early morning turns into a routine. One hard workout turns into a habit. One focused hour turns into a standard. And standards change everything. Momentum is powerful because it removes decision-making. You stop asking, should I? You already know the answer. You move. And movement creates clarity. Clarity creates belief. Belief creates intensity. This is why people who stay disciplined don't need motivation speeches every day. Their life itself becomes motivation. They don't rely on feelings. They rely on systems, and systems beat emotions every time. Here's the truth most people never understand. The hardest part is starting. Day 1 feels heavy. Day 2 still hurts. Day 3 tries to break you. But day 10, day 20, you feel different. Not because life got easier, but because momentum picked you up. Momentum carries you when emotions fail. Momentum pushes you when doubt returns. Momentum reminds you who you are. And once momentum is on your side, quitting feels harder than continuing. So don't chase motivation. Don't wait for inspiration. Win the first small battle today. Then show up tomorrow. Then again. Because discipline doesn't just create momentum. It turns ordinary people into forces. And once you start moving forward with discipline, nothing and no one can stop you. Let me tell you something that might sting. But sometimes the truth has to hurt before it can heal. Excuses are comfortable. They protect your ego. They give you a reason to stay the same without feeling guilty about it. That's why the weak mind loves them. Not because the person is stupid. Not because they don't want more. But because excuses feel safe. I'm tired. I don't have time. I'll start when things slow down. I'm not ready yet. Those words sound harmless. But every excuse you accept teaches your mind one thing. You can be ignored. And once your mind learns it can ignore you, discipline disappears. Strong people don't have fewer problems. They have fewer negotiations with themselves. They don't ask, do I feel like it? They ask, what must be done? That's the difference. A weak mind looks for relief. A strong mind looks for responsibility. Because responsibility gives you control, and control gives you power. Excuses steal that power quietly. Every excuse delays growth. Every delay feeds regret, and regret is heavy. That's why people feel tired, even when they do nothing. Their body rests, but their conscience doesn't. And here's the part nobody wants to face. Your excuses sound logical to you because your mind created them. The mind will always argue for comfort. Always. But discipline doesn't argue. It decides. The moment you stop explaining yourself and start executing, everything changes. Excuses keep you stuck in the same identity. Discipline forces you to evolve. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your standards. And if your standards are weak, your results will be weak too. So raise them. Stop asking for understanding. Stop looking for sympathy. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Perfect conditions don't build character. Pressure does. The strongest version of you is built when there's no motivation, no support, no applause. Just a decision. A decision to show up anyway. To do the work anyway. To move forward anyway. That's how excuses die. Not with arguments, but with action. And when excuses disappear, so does weakness. What's left is a person who can be trusted by himself. And that is real strength. Listen to me. I want you to hear this deep. Most people think rest is something you take. You sit down. You lie back. You scroll. You zone out, and you call it rest. But that's not rest. That's escape. And escape never restores you. Escape steals from you. It keeps you weak. Real rest, true rest, comes after victory, after discipline, after action, after pushing your body and your mind to the edge where excuses scream and fear tries to stop you. See, the problem isn't that you're tired. It's that you haven't earned the right to feel alive. When you rest before you've fought, before you've conquered, you're running away from the life you promised yourself. You're hiding from your own potential. And let me be brutally honest, that type of rest makes you weak. It makes your mind soft. It makes your dreams smaller. But when you fight, when you push, when you discipline yourself, the rest that comes afterward hits different. It's not just a break. It's a reward. It's a fire that keeps burning because you've earned it. The strongest men, the men you admire, they don't rest because they're tired. They rest because they fought and survived the battle within themselves. Because they conquered laziness, fear, and weakness. That's real power. That's real energy. And here's the hard truth nobody wants to face. If you chase comfort first, you will always be tired. You'll sleep the same hours as a warrior. You'll eat the same food as a warrior. You'll walk the same streets as a warrior. But inside, you'll feel hollow, empty, defeated before the battle even began. Discipline is the ladder. Action is the climb. Pain is the test. And rest is the reward. Earn it. Don't steal it. Earn it with sweat, with struggle, with late nights when your body screams, stop. Earn it with mornings when your mind cries, go back to bed. Earn it with every step you take forward when everyone else is standing still. Because when rest comes after that kind of fight, it doesn't just recharge your body. It recharges your soul. It reminds you that you are alive, that you are a fighter, that you are not here to exist. You are here to dominate your life. So remember this, rest is not an escape. It is a reward. And the stronger you become, the more powerful your rest feels, because you earned every second of it. Stop running from life. Stop avoiding discipline. Start earning. Rest is a privilege of the relentless.